low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. And we're back with more Fallout spoilers. Hoo-haw. So, starting off, we have Idolized. A white one for Enchantment Aura. Enchant Creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks alone, it gets +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of non-land permanents you control. Well, this works well in the Samurai deck. But it can work with a lot of other things. Especially in a multi-creature deck where you're attacking with one creature, but you're getting bonuses for all your other creatures. Hoo-haw. Next up, we have Almost Perfect. A green, a white, and 4 for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness of 9/10 and has indestructible. 6 mana to make even a little 1/1 creature into a 9/10. Hoo-haw. And playing into Selesnya colors, you get a lot of stuff that gets +1/+1 counters. So this thing could be a powerhouse in a deck like that. Next up, we have T45 Power Armor. So, 2 generic for an artifact equipment. When T45 Power Armor enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy counters. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 and doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay an energy counter. If you do, untap the equipped creature, then put your choice of Menace, Trample, or Lifelink counter on it, and equip for 3. So, this is reliant on you having some energy counters, but we've seen some proliferate mechanics in here, so you can build up your energy counters. So hoo-ha! And like I said in a previous video, the stuff from Kaladesh block is going to really go up because of the energy counter stuff. Next up, we have Preston Garvey. I think this is going to be Preston Garvey Minuteman. This is going to be one of the commanders along with Dogmeat. So for a red, a green, a white, and 2, you get a 4/4 legendary human soldier. Beginning of combat on your turn, create a green or enchantment token named Settlement attached to up to 1 target land you control. It has enchant land, and enchanted land has tap its add 1 mana of any color. Whenever Preston Garvey Minuteman attacks, untap each enchanted permanent you control. So this is going to focus a lot on the enchanted permanents, the equipments. So hoo-ha. Next up is another incredibly powerful legendary creature that is going to be slotted in a number of different kinds of decks. So this is Agent Frank Horrigan. I believe he's one of the bosses in the game, in one of the games. So he's a beefy black, green, and 5, so 7 mana, but he's an 8/6 legendary mutant warrior with trample. Agent Frank Corrigan has indestructible as long as it attacked this turn. Whenever Agent Frank Corrigan enters the battlefield or attacks, proliferate twice. So this will fit well in your Mothman deck or your mutant deck or your poison deck. This thing is gonna be a menace, especially in the poison decks because they're generally black-green. And if you put him with that one that gives the toxic 2 and regenerates him, you can give your opponent 2 poison counters and then proliferate it twice. Oh, look, you have 6 poison counters just for Frank. Hoo-haw! Goodbye. That's not including what you can get with other, poison stuff and stuff that proliferates. So, whoopsie. Then we have Commander Sophia Daguerre. A white 3 for 1/3 legendary human pilot with flash. It has crash landing. When she enters the battlefield, disrupts one target legendary permanent. That permanent's controller creates a junk token, which says it is an artifact that you tap and sacrifice it to exile the top card of your library, and you can play that card this turn, and you can only do it as a sorcery. Yahoo! So next up is 3-Dog Galaxy News DJ. So is this a Snoop Dogg clone? Snoop Dogg in Magic the Gathering. So it's a red, a white, and 1 for a 1/5 legendary human bard. Plays well. Whenever you attack, you may pay 2 generic, sacrifice an aura attached to 3-Dog Galaxy News DJ. When you sacrifice an aura this way, for each other attacking creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that aura attached to that creature. Okay, this fits in the aura deck. So this is the guy that you hear over the radio in the game. Next up, we have Perception Bobblehead. Another one of the 7 bobbleheads. So 3 mana for Artifact Bobblehead. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Or pay 3, tap it to look at the top X cards of your library where X is the number of bobbleheads you control. You may cast a spell with mana value 3 or less from among them without paying its mana cost. The rest of the bottom of your library in random order. I believe each of the bobbleheads is associated with a specific number. So like the Intelligence bobblehead we saw earlier, that was like a 4, I think. This is a 3. So they're gonna, each of the 7 bobbleheads is going to be attached to a specific number, and that's like your your abilities, your stats. Next up, we have Pure Steel Paladin. Another reprint that is an absolute win for this set. 2 white for a 2/2 human knight. Whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. Has Metalcraft. Equipment you control have equipped 0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. As I said earlier, they're going to be a lot of artifacts in this set. And of course, what is it complete without heroic intervention? So green and 1 for an instant reach, permits you control, gain hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. Hoo-ha. Good flavor win. Here is the regular version of the Arcane Signet that we talked about in the last video. So it's 2 mana artifact to tap to add 1 mana of your commander's color identity. Pause for the cause. Much better now. So that's Arcane Signet, the regular copy. And then there's the regular copy of the Soul Ring with that Nuka-Cola. Next up is Pip-Boy 3000. Now this is your in the game, it is your status meter to activate all your equipment and all the stuff you need in the game. So it's a single mana for artifact equipment. Whenever an equipped creature attacks, choose 1. Sort inventory, which is draw cards and discard a card. Pick a perk, which is put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Or check map, untap up to 2 target lands. Equip for 2. Incredibly powerful. You got card draw. You got a +1/+1 counter boon, and you can untap up to 2 target lands. I'm not unhappy. This is a fun artifact. Very useful, very versatile. Next up, we have Legate Lanius, Caesar's Ace, which goes in the Caesar deck. So he's a black and red 2 for a 2/2 human soldier. Legendary human soldier. Has Decimate. Which means when Legate Lanius enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices 1/10 of the creatures they control, rounded up. So whenever an opponent sacrifices a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Legate Lanius. So this is really designed as kind of a weedy board wipe. Well, not board wipe, but you sacrifice something and he gets boons. You definitely go in that Rakdos deck or any creature sack deck. Oh, we don't want that one quite yet. We want Liberty Prime Recharge, which goes in the Madison Lee deck. Because that deck is focused around creatures and energy counters. So a blue, a red, a white, and 2 for an 8/8. So it's 5 mana for an 8/8 artifact creature robot. It has vigilance, trample, and haste. Whenever Liberty Prime recharged attacks or blocks, sacrifice it unless you pay 2 energy counters. Pay 2, tap it, and sacrifice an artifact. You get 2 energy counters and you draw a card. So the drawback is you got to have those energy counters, but in that particular deck, you're going to be creating some energy counters, and you're going to be proliferating a lot, I believe. So, hoo-haw. This guy could, if you play him right, he can be a menace. So next up is Centurion of the Mark, which is a kind of like it's a Lord of the Undead. So he's a zombie. Of course, we have zombies, in this deck. So 2 black and 1 for a 2/2 zombie. Other zombie creatures get +1/+1. Pay black and 1, tap it, and return target zombie card from your graveyard to your hand. So hoo-haw. That's another reskin. There's going to be a few reskinned cards in the deck. That's Centurion of the Mark is the Lord of the Undead. Next up, we have Nick Valentine, Private Eye. A blue and 2 for a 2/2 legendary artifact creature, Synth Detective. Nick Valentine, Private Eye can't be blocked except by artifact creatures. Whenever Nick Valentine or another artifact creature you control dies, you may investigate. So this fits well in some of the investigate decks we got at Murders at Karloff Manor. Hoo-haw. So, hoo-haw. Next up we have Vault 112, Sadistic Simulation. Now the vaults are where people were lived before the nuclear apocalypse. And they were each controlled by, in a different simulation style. And your character in the game sometimes gets to enter a vault and find out stuff about other people. So this Vault 112 Sadistic Simulation is a blue, a red, and 2 for an enchantment saga that reads, tap up to 1 target creature and put a stun counter on it. You get 2 energy counters. So that's for Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Chapter 3, pay any amount of energy. If you pay 1 or more energy counters this way, shuffle your library and you may exile that many cards from the top. You may play one of those cards without paying its mana cost. So, hoo-haw. Get some energy, and then you can use that energy to get some card draw and get a free spell out of it. Hoo-haw. So we are at 18 minutes, and I don't want to go too much over stuff. So we're going to go do Open the Vaults, 2 white and 4 for Returning Sorcery, reprints, return all artifacts and enchantment cards from all graveyards to the battlefield under their owner's control. Which again is a very much flavor win. Then we're going to go Yes Man, Personal Securitytron. Securitron. That's right, saying that real fast. So he's a white and 2 for a 2/2 legendary artifact creature robot. Tap it to add target opponent gains control of Yes Man personal Securitron. When they do, you draw 2 cards and put a quest counter on Yes Man. Activate only during your turn. Wild card. When Yes Man leaves the battlefield, its owners create a tapped 1/1 white solar creature token for each quest counter on it. He's a little janky, but in a Commander Raid setting, he could be kind of a powerhouse. So, hoo-ha. So we're over 20 minutes now, and we're going to stop there, and we will see you on the next video.